Hello, this is Peg, and I'm back. I've had several days of reflection, contemplation, and thought about where I'm going with this project. There's so much to consider. And I've always been a very private person, so this is a serious challenge. I've had a business life, but this is so revealing, quite honestly, that I'm not sure where it's going, except that the thoughts that I have about it. Here I am, I'm going to be 95 in a matter of weeks. And up until now, I've thought of myself as what I've become is a old lady in waiting. There used to be a Britcom one, Waiting for God. And that's kind of where I've been feeling. Yes, I'm involved. I do things that satisfy me, and I have family around that's wonderful. That's why I moved here, in fact. But I haven't had any particular purpose. Anything in my real life, my earlier life, I was enthusiastic and energized and up for new ideas. I've had various little businesses, and that was me. My curiosity was, I wouldn't say boundless, of course, but one of the things I used to think when I was teaching, I taught sixth graders for a while. If I could just give them a sense of curiosity, that they would find their way. Later on, I realized that the thing they most need is courage. Courage to follow their curiosity. And I don't mean that in a bad way, of course, but it's curiosity that brought me here. I'm looking now at AI. Only a few weeks, it's been a few short weeks ago that I was on an IONS program, watching IONS. That has to do with science and spirituality. It's IONS. It's a research informational association group. I'm sorry, I know I'm wiggling because I'm holding this camera. Anyway, it's the blend of coming together with spirituality and science. And that's right up my alley. Those are my areas of interest. They're my life, really. I have a science background. I have a Bachelor of Science. And I have a background in spirituality from personal experience. So I consider myself discerning. So Where was I going with that? Oh, fine. Now in the middle of this, I'm losing my train of thought. Anyway, offering what I want to do here is what I guess what I was saying. I'll just go back a bit. What I was saying was didn't have a lot of, my curiosity hasn't died, of course, but my role as a little old lady waiting for God has been quiet, very quiet. That's okay for meditation. And it's perfect. Actually, it's perfect for meditation. But that doesn't represent the vitality that I enjoy. I've had a blessed life. I've had really excellent health for the most part. I'm not going to tell you it's all been a piece of cake, but I have been gifted with a life that's, well, of course it's mine. I just had a flash thought, which jumps to another track entirely, but every one of us are individuals, and what I watch on YouTube, if I look back at it, is I have never traveled as much as I really would like to. I've traveled inward, but not outward very much. And the programs I watch are people in their lives, what they've done with this gift of life. And I think about the stars. There's billions of stars, and there's billions of us. Yet every one of us is unique. That's just inconceivable. Yet here we are. We are unique, and there's something about just internalizing that and realizing that your gift is your uniqueness. The you that's living this life, and I hope making the best of it. I'll probably have more to say about that in future videos, because I do have an idea of course I do. I'm almost 95. I've had millions of ideas. So I wish everybody could understand how blessed they are despite their circumstances. When I was young, they used to say, well, beauty is only skin deep. I never heard my grandfather say it, but my mother told me that Papo had a little refrain that he'd say, beauty's only skin deep, ugly's to the bone. Beauty fades away, but ugly holds her own. So notice that's a female pronoun that was in that. Okay, I think I've rambled enough. I have a lot to say, really. And I'll be posting more videos, and I appreciate every one of you so much. Here's what I would like to do. I'd like to see a community of people who are approaching advanced old age, like me. I only have a matter of months to being 100 years old. I think maybe we could collect enough people to we could have a centenarians club, or we'll have to think of a different name for it, but approaching 100. But you have to be a minimum age to join, of course, or I don't know. This is how ideas come to me. The other thing I miss most in my life these days is laughter. My sense of humor has gotten me into a lot of trouble. As a child, especially in school, it got me into a lot of trouble. Anyway, I hope you'll join me in the future. I think this is going to be a great ride. Thanks for being here. Bye-bye.